Welcome back again to another video, and if it's your first time being here, welcome. And I am KP. I host this show. On this channel we talk everything Manchester United. In today's video I will be discussing a few things leading to the Manchester derby. We'll be looking into Michael Carrick's first press conference, which at this point of recording, I only have seen the part 1 of the video. But also we'll be looking at tactics, we'll be looking at what is happening with Mbeumo Ahmad being back. We'll be looking at Mason Mount, his position in the team, and the other thing I was thinking of talking about is Manchester City's reinforcement in their pack. First things first, press conference. Michael Carrick has had his first press conference as a head manager or head coach of Manchester United, and at this point he did ascertain himself being the head coach, what he's here to do, the communications he's had with Omar and Jason Wilcox about his position, and I think at this point he's probably met the Glazers and also with Jim Ratcliffe. I think this is something very important for him to bring into the limelight about what he's done in the first few days of his appointment as head coach for Manchester United. We've seen some video clips of them being in training, some drills being done, some rondos. We've seen some shooting practices. This is something that is supposed to be happening on the daily at Manchester United. So I don't think it's something new for us to be excited about. Every coach does what they feel is needful and has an impact on the players. So I don't know where the hype is coming from on the internet that he's done, he brought this back, he did this. It's just a rondo, and I don't know why there is a hype from the Manchester United fan base about this early morning. When I woke up, I saw so many of these on the TL on Twitter, and it's just too much. I don't know. We are looking too deep into this. He's a head coach. He's supposed to do what a head coach does. So, hey, it is what it is. But with his press conference, he did mention that he is looking forward to the Manchester derby. He's looking forward to what he is here to do as a head coach. Taking over from the realms of Ruben Amorim and looking at what the players are about to do and winning the derby. In my opinion, I feel this derby is a big derby. It's a big game for Manchester City and also for Manchester United. Why am I saying this? It's a big derby because for Manchester City, they would have to justify the money spent on the recent reinforcements they've made. And also, for Manchester United, it means where is the club going after the sacking of Ruben Amorim? So this is something that I feel the pressure is mounting on the United board rather than the City board. For City's board, it's just about recruitment, but for United board, it's about the mistakes, the trajectory of the club, the success, where are we going after this? And that is where the pressure is mounting on United. In my view, I feel this might be a game that if United wins, it solidifies that they are able to get into the Champions League spot. If City wins, meaning City keeps mounting the pressure on Arsenal, meaning City can do another trophy, winning in the Champions in the league rather than United losing the game. So for City, this is a big game for them, and for United, it's a World Cup. We need to win this game. And as a fan, I would like to see us win. But when I look at how the team has been run in the last couple of years, if we win, sure. If we lose, we go back to the script. And this is something very important for the club. Yeah, that's where I am at. So let's dive into the team selection. So with the team selection, I feel Michael Carrick is going to employ a 4-2-3-1. And with the 4-2-3-1 formation, it now leaves me with the question that where do certain players fit in this formation? Does it mean that he's just going to bring in Mbeumo back into the starting 11 with his less game time he's had during the start of the season till now? Or he's just going to bring him in the second half to see what he can do? Because if you look at it right now, the team has a certain way of playing, and that is with Mbeumo being the free roam player who does the creativity in front of goal, and Casemiro being the defensive midfielder who destroys and cut passes. But as of now, we do not have a younger player who will be doing that job. So Casemiro still has the relevancy of doing that job. And when we look at his age right now, is he going to be dirty like what Anderson or Wharton or Baleba does, or any other defensive midfielder, Stella, Chouameni, Frankie, Pedri? Like, is this something that he's going to do when we need him more, especially in this game? No, let's not forget, I am seeing news that he might have a renewal of his contract if he attains certain games for the rest of the season. I think it's 35 games. And currently, he has started 18 games. So he is on course to have a contract renewal if he plays those 35 games. So now it leaves us in the space that would we continue to employ Casemiro as our defensive midfielder, or we are going to go for reinforcements in the summer, or right now being in the transfer window. So the club needs something to do, especially with this reverting back into the 4-back. We would need those three midfielders to be very proactive, agility, and decisive. They need to be strong. So we will need that. And with Michael Carrick being sure that this is what he's going to do, that will be what he would be employing for the game. So from my point of view, with the goalkeeper, definitely is going to be Lemans in the post. I think for the right back, Dalot, obviously. I think Maguire is back, but I don't know how fit he is to start this game. If he's fit to start the game, I'm playing Maguire and Lisandro Martinez in the right center back and the left center back. And in the left back, I'm playing Luke Shaw. When we go to the right midfield, I'm going for Mbeumo. And then Casemiro with Mbeumo and Mbeumo as the attacking midfielder. And on the left side, we will have Cunha on there. And then we would have Sesko as the leading line. And that is where I see, for me personally, if I'm given the opportunity, this is what I will employ on the field of play. This is what I'm going to employ. And that is my thought. But I feel this is the stronger team that we will have. And now that will lead me to another thing that I feel it's important for us to know. What happens to Ahmad? Because we know that Ahmad has the pace, the dribbling, and the technique to push defenders back. And he can do so many things when given the opportunity. So right now, we have Mbeumo and Ahmad fighting for the same position if we are reverting back to the 4-2-3-1 position. So now what will we do? Meaning one of those guys have to sit on the bench. And is this something that we want to see? Because we know how strong those two guys were during Ruben Amorim's time. So right now, where does this put Ahmad or Mbeumo at? Are we going to put Mbeumo on the bench, but we know he can guarantee us a good 20 goals, 15 goals during the entire season? Ahmad, on the other hand, can give us probably 12 goals with probably a lot of assists. What would you do if you were in Carrick's shoes? But I think that is where the club is heading, and we need to figure out where these guys will be playing on these positions. It's good to have backups, but with the type of football Ahmad and Mbeumo plays, I don't think neither of them is suited on the bench. We would have to find a way of playing those two guys in the game. And with City, we know what they are capable of doing. We know that they have in abundance in attack midfield, and currently they are struggling in defense. But we would need that Mbeumo's speed and Ahmad's speed to be crucial for us. It will be very crucial for us if we are able to utilize those two guys in this game. And now, the other thing is what happens to Mason Mount. Because we saw in the Brighton game, he was deployed on the left-hand side by Darren Fletcher, and we didn't see a lot of him. Mason Mount was lost in the entire 60 minutes he played. He couldn't give meaningful passes. He couldn't make an impact in the game that we expected him to have on the B-side team of Brighton. But with how we saw it, does that mean we can't bench? Listen, let's get this straight. There's no possibility that we can bench Bruno Fernandes and play Mason Mount. There's no way we are going to, especially Bruno being the creative holder for the club and being the captain. There's no way we are going to bench Bruno and play Mason Mount. And even if Bruno is not available, Cunha will do a better job than Mason Mount. Mason Mount is a good player, but where he is currently and what the team needs, I don't think the number 10 position is something that he can say he can do. Like he can be effective like what Bruno and Cunha is doing for the club. And that is where he is. So right now, my question is, do we keep him or do we sell him in the summer? Because in the summer, there are things that will happen. Either Bruno leaves, Casemiro leaves, or Mount leaves. These three guys, two of them are bound to leave. And if they leave, meaning United will have to go for reinforcements in those positions. And with that being said, will Mason Mount have that impact for the rest of the season to be guaranteed a spot in the team? And looking at this, if the United goes on with the next manager who decides to go with wingers and everything, meaning we would need a left winger, meaning we have to be in the market for another left winger. And this would imply signing somebody who has speed, is skillful, can punish defenders, can dribble his way through it. And this is something that if we put Mason Mount there, he can do. So that's a good question for him to think about. On the other hand, one thing that I saw this week that I wasn't really happy about is our own players, our own ex-players, talking bad about our current players. Yes, our current crop of players do not have that personality to become world. They are good players, but are they world class? I don't think so. Maybe just one or two people in there are world class players. But for Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes to sit and talk bad about Lisandro Martinez playing against Haaland, it's actually not fair, and it's not great to see our own ex-players downplaying the attributes of our center defender. That the Premier League was not meant for Lisandro, but we've seen what Lisandro was able to do. He's able to bully defenders with his height. He's able to play through the lines. His ball playing skills is way better than certain players who are midfielders and wingers. His vision is way better than certain players. And for our ex-players to sit down and disregard someone's attributes online is abysmal. It doesn't speak well of them. If social media was that big during their time of football, I swear to God, Nicky Butt won't be where he is right now. Because that type of football would be, he'll be a squad player. And there's no way that he would have what he has currently. Nicky Butt, to sit there, you didn't have that pedigree of football like what Paul Scholes had. And to sit down and say this about Lisandro Martinez definitely doesn't give us the opportunity to regard what you did on the field as the best. To me, Nick Butt, you were good, but there are players who are good and better than you. And for you to sit there and make these assumptions and that Haaland is... We were here when we watched that game last season against we saw what happened. We saw what happened. That 2-1 victory at Etihad. We saw what Lisandro Martinez was able to do to Haaland. So why are we here trying to make it sound like Lisandro Martinez has never played with Haaland? And for that same reason and things they've said, some of our United fans are happy and saying all this about it. But we know that with our crop of defenders right now, Martinez tops most of them up. I would prefer De Ligt to be playing this game, honestly. But since De Ligt is not here, Martinez and Maguire is my go-to. Euro and Heaven have a great sense of football, but I don't think they've reached that pedigree yet. And for that to happen, it means that we would have to give them more game time and more training so they know their roles. But for now, Martinez is what we have, and he is good at what he does. Scholes to sit and say this, it really wasn't the right way for us. But that is what I saw very sad. I was sad to see that, actually. It was very bad for me. I wasn't happy when I saw that. Like, who does that? Who sits there and says that about their team? Yes, we know that United is not playing as what they are supposed to do. But for our own players, it's so funny how our ex-players are all doing punditry work. Let's put ourselves with that of other clubs. Let's start with teams that we are fighting with as the biggest clubs in the world. Barcelona. How many Barcelona players have we seen on punditry work? I don't even know if there's any. Real Madrid. How many of them do we see? We don't. United, we have like 17. We have so many of our ex-players who are doing punditry work and then talking trash about the team. If you want to talk trash about the team, please channel that energy into the Glazers and Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos to get them out of the club. But for this moment, we need something to get the club going, because we already know where the club is. We already know that we are in the trenches. We are suffering. We are not doing the best as we can as a club, from upper management to owners to players. We know we could do better, but we are not doing better. And for you to add more salt to the wound, you should be doing better. But that is something that I wasn't really happy about. Now let's talk about Manchester City. When a football club needs to be run, this is exactly what and how it needs to be run. We know in the last 2-3 seasons the type of recruitments they've made. The amount of players, 480 million, has been spent in the last, I think, four windows. 2024 summer, 2025 January, 2025 summer, 2026 transfer window. These four. We've seen the likes of Semenyo, we've seen the likes of Ryan Cherky, we've seen Kuzanov, we've seen Nico Gonzalez, we've seen a lot of players come through within those four. And those four transfer windows are windows that United do not like doing business in the January transfer. And that alone tells where the club is heading towards. City saw that they lost defenders during this season. And in January season, what did they do? They just went ahead and signed Maguire. They have Maguire there. They've also went ahead and signed Semenyo to come play in the left wing. Listen, they bought Jack Grealish for 300 million. They bought Doku. They had Mamouche play there. And now they have Semenyo. If it's not working, you have to find someone. But when United, someone is not working, we keep on leaving. We keep on playing those people. And these reinforcement Man City is making tells everything that we need to know in the world of football. Maybe Pep Guardiola is overspending, but it shows that the team has goals and targets, and they want to achieve those goals and targets. They want to ascertain themselves as a proper run club. They want to be known as one of the best clubs in the world. And right now, Man City is talked about more because of the new generation of people and what they've seen in the world of football. From 2010 to now, United hasn't won many things that we would say that we are the best. The younger ones, young kids growing up right now, have seen City win the league a couple of times. They've seen City win the Champions League. They've seen City win the Intercontinental Cup. They've seen City win FA Cup. They've seen so many things. United cannot say so. The only thing we've won in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. So what are we going to say? Because we can't say we won the Champions League, and we can't say that we've won the league. And our last league was back in Sir Alex Ferguson's last day. And that was it. So with the reinforcement City is making, it tells where they are going as a club. Their recent recruits, we've seen what Antoine Semenyo can do, and we've seen what Gueye can do. And these two players are coming into a crop of players who already have a playing style, who already have an amazing coach, who already is coming into a fold or an environment that is built on success. And with that alone is a confidence boost for these guys. And when they come in, they will settle in quickly as much as possible and be able to adapt themselves to the play of Pep Guardiola. And now we would be here saying, oh, they are able to do this. Yes, it's because the foundations and the trajectory and their goals are aligned. City, if a player wants to go to City, they are assured that they might win a trophy by the end of the year. They might win a Premier League, they might win a Champions League, even though they have only one, but still, there's a possibility. They might win FA Cup, they might win Carabao Cup. So if any other team comes for these same players and you can't guarantee them that, and City can say, hey, if you come, I'll give you this money, and then you know at the end of the day, you're going to win a trophy. So their reinforcements have been on point. And it's kudos to them. Now they are the noisy neighbors. And they have made sure that they have put themselves on a high pinnacle that we cannot get to as a club. And that gives them the edge over us. And in this match we are playing tomorrow, it's going to say and define all odds. It's either United win or we get destroyed. But for me, my predictions will stand. It's a 2-1 win for United. But I have said a lot, and if it's your first time joining us, please like and subscribe. We would appreciate it. And if you have anything that you want to discuss, talk about, please leave those in the comment section, and I would appreciate us having that conversation. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.